And a very pleasant good evening and welcome as we get set to start the collegiate experience here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. West Texas A&M soccer getting set to take on St. Mary's as the Rattlers are on the road here in Canyon, Texas. It is a glorious night. There are a few clouds, but other than that, just pleasant conditions all the way around. And kind of unusual for the Texas Panhandle, there's no wind here tonight, and so that's quite unusual as we get set here at the pitch on the campus of West Texas A&M University. Good evening. I'm Bryce Sheets as we get set for this non-conference matchup between the team picked to finish number 3 in the conference, St. Mary's, and the team expected to finish number 2 according to the preseason numbers. That's the number 17 ranked West Texas A&M Buffaloes under the direction of head coach Butch Lawfer. Lawfer, of course, in his 32nd campaign, longest tenured head coach here at the university, and he has had 29 consecutive winning seasons. So to say the program is in good shape, in good hands, is pretty much an understatement, as Lawfer has been such an integral part of the soccer season, or I should say the soccer sensation of the Texas Panhandle, not only for the high school, but also for the kids coming up through different programs around the area and just enjoying how soccer comes about. So head coach is Butch Lawfer. Again, the head coach for the Rattlers is Johnny Clifford. He's in his 5th campaign. He has an overall record of 44-18-7, and we'll get into a little bit more about Butch Lawfer here momentarily. But the Rattlers have reached the semifinals of the Lone Star Conference Tournament each of the last 2 years, so they have a good program. Now, the thing we know about both of these teams, WT is, from the standpoint of experience, pretty heavy. They have 22 returning players for this one tonight, while St. Mary's is kind of going through a bit of a rebuild. A lot of freshmen, sophomores, and younger players on their lineup. So we'll go through all that for you momentarily. Let's look at the starting lineups, the matchups for tonight. First for the Rattlers of St. Mary's as we get set. Goalkeeper for tonight, number 1, Andre Sheffley. Sheffley is from Katy, Texas, and he is a junior. And it's interesting how they have these. The defenders, Ariel Cardoza, he is the only one listed as a defender, and he is in his 5th-year campaign. He is from Ciudad de Esto, Paraguay, and he is 6 foot. And again, he is, in essence, a senior for this club. Then the rest are all listed as midfielders. Sian Foley is 1, Joshua Hall another. The guy to watch for in this one a little bit is Danny Hameu, and Danny is probably the guy. He's their leading scorer coming back from last year wearing number 6, so he is one we will watch closely. Also, Leonardo Velasco will get the start tonight along with Andre Ferrer. Cooper Stevens is a midfielder along with Bradley Green and Adam Abadubo. And so that's the starting lineup. Adam Abadubadi is also starting tonight. St. Mary's will be in their blue uniforms with white numerals as they get set. They will be going from left to right as we start this one. For the Buffaloes in tonight's contest, the goalkeeper, Alfonso Aragon, and so he will get the start tonight as he will suit up as a senior grad student for West Texas A&M. So Tanner Clements also will be out there as well. He's a right backer. He'll be joined by Kenny Brown playing as Coach Butch Lawfer says the number 10 position. So basically kind of in the midfield. Brian Martinez will be a center back. Giancarlo Saldana, or John as everybody likes to call him, John will be up there. Payne McGyver, Chris Palomino, Sam Skaith, Sean Ryan, Anthony Pereira, and Ricardo Castillo. Now our national anthem.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies.
And welcome back as we get set for this match to get underway tonight. Buffs, as I said earlier, or I'll change it, as I said earlier, Buffs will be going from left to right. They will be in their home white with maroon numerals, and so they'll be going from left to right as we look out at the pitch, while St. Mary's will be going from right to left, again in the blue uniforms with some white striping and, of course, the white numerals. Butch Lawfer comes in for his 32nd year. He has a record of .361, 161 and 40. Overall, his coaching record, 553 wins, 228 losses, and 57 ties. And, of course, veteran coach, obviously. By the way, he kind of guides this program and has done an exceptional job. As we mentioned, 29 consecutive winning seasons in a row. What's unusual, as we mentioned earlier, as we looked at the flag for the national anthem, it is limp. There is not a puff of wind here tonight so far. So a warm evening as we get set to get underway for this one this evening, as the game time temperature is going to be 84, and again, light winds. The officials are set for this one, and our referee is Brandon Gardner. Assistant referee Leland Calder and Chance Daly. We are underway. The Buffs control the soccer ball as they go to the right side. They're advancing quickly, but good defense out there for St. Mary's, able to break up the play. And credit Adam Abaduti as he is able to come up and make that collision to knock the ball out. It'll be a corner kick for West Texas A&M. And the Buffaloes get set offensively. So it kicks in. Here's a shot toward the goal. It's defended well by the Rattlers. They kick it out. Buffaloes maintain possession, get it on the right side. Trying to advance up the middle. Trying to get it centered, but good defense by St. Mary's sends it back across midfield and back to the WT defenders as they knock it back to Alfonso Aragon. Aragon, the goalkeeper, gets set. The Buffs primarily in this one with a 4-2-3-1 setup. And St. Mary's sometimes runs with that, but for the most of the time it could be, and according to Butch Lawfer, it could be a 3-3-3-1. It's kind of what they do from time to time, and so it just depends. Or it could be a 4-2-2-2. So just depending on what their offensive set is. Again, a younger team out there right now for St. Mary's. So they chase down the soccer ball, and it will be a free kick for St. Mary's as they have a corner kick on the far right or far left corner. They booted toward the goal. There's a header out of bounds, and it will be WT that will inbound the soccer ball. So a goal kick for the Buffs as they will now attack back to the south end. Buffs played 3 exhibition games before this one. Again, Buffs back toward the goal, but they got a break. Now they lead it up ahead, and that one is going to fall to the goalkeeper. And it could have been, the Buffs might have been offsides on that anyway, and so that's why for WT, Sean Ryan kind of laid off on that one. So the goalkeeper goes out to the right, puts his right foot into it, across midfield. A header by St. Mary's. Buffs defender able to recapture and send the ball the other way. That's a chest bump for St. Mary's across the way. Buffs now will attack 3-on-4. St. Mary's has the advantage. Buffs out on the left side, trying to get it in. There's a quick shot toward the goal. Nicely done. Unfortunately, just went kind of long. And that was a great shot that time by Chris Palomino. Chris, the left midfielder. So Andre Sheffley will do the honors from the goal. Quick kick over the near side. That's still in the goal area. It's kicked up toward midfield, and the Buffs heading it up the field offensively. Now St. Mary's with a defensive stop. St. Mary's trying to attack, but now they're going to reset the offense. Talked about Butch Lawfer in his 32nd year. James Crowder is the associate head men's soccer coach. Is a quick shot over on the near side, a header toward the middle into the penalty box. Here's a shot on goal, and that's going to be out of bounds. So a goal kick for the Buffaloes. Besides James Crowder, also Danny Ogden, the assistant coach. And then the support staff are probably not going to get a lot of accolades this year, but do such a nice job of getting everybody ready to this point of the season in particular. Ronald Ting, the assistant athletic trainer, and Zachary Nolan, the assistant athletic performance coach. Buffs send this one back to Aragon. Aragon will reset the offense for the Buffs. Puts his right foot into it at midfield. St. Mary's heads that one back across the line. Nice crowd on hand for this one today. Buffs attack, but St. Mary's able to defend and will head back toward the north end of the pitch. Of course, the last time St. Mary's was here, it was a double overtime win for the Rattlers. And according to, we've got a, so the Buffs were attacking, and then we got a penalty called, and so there's a foul that goes by way for the Buffs. Buffs will reset it again. Down to 4-2-3-1. Here's the attack up on the right side. Trying to get it up ahead for the Buffs. That's going to be kicked out of bounds. And that'll be the Buffs throw in. So the Buffs, of course, got into the playoffs last year and lost out on the West Coast. That one is also kicked out of bounds, and that will be another throw in for the Buffs. Throw in toward the goal. St. Mary's again defends, gets it out of the penalty box. Over on the right side. There's a theft by the Rattlers, and then over on the right side once again. That's going to be knocked out of bounds. That'll be St. Mary's. That'll have the throw in. There's a header up to the midline. Buffs respond the other way, offensively attacking now. Try to get it to the middle, but again, that's going to be one that's headed low for St. Mary's, but they did get it across midfield. And now back to Aragon to reset the offense. Of course, both teams, their first game of the year. Again, preseason ones, what took place. Buffs on the near side get it up. Keeping it alive as Tanner Clements gets it in toward the middle before it's knocked out by St. Mary's. Clements will do the inbounds. Set it up. Gets it up to John Saldana. Saldana had it knocked out of bounds, and they say it was last touched actually by the Buffaloes. So that'll turn over the Rattlers. Before that, though, they're going to move them back where they were going to throw it in. They tried to throw it in about 10 yards up the field, so the referee sends them back. Now they'll rethrow it in. Up the field. Buffalo's back defending on this one as the Buffalo's Anthony Perea takes a header and hits the ground. Buffs trying to attack. A little contact. And so foul called. Leonardo Velasco will be the recipient of that. So free kick for St. Mary's as they get it. Kind of one to watch here for the Rattlers is Denny Cresto, as we said. He's the Male Scholar Athlete of the Year in the Lone Star Conference for 2022. Then the ones they're watching, at least as far as the league is concerned, for the Rattlers, sophomore midfielder Andre Farrar, junior goalkeeper Andre Sheffley, and then also senior defender Lewis Wilson. They're all named the inaugural Lone Star Conference Players to Watch list. That's out of bounds, so that'll be a goal kick for the Buffs. 15 minutes into first half. No score in this one. Aragon sends it up the field, and getting away with a push is Farrar. St. Mary's recovers. They have it, and they'll bring it on the far side. Now they'll center it back. Buffs with a theft. St. Mary's gets it right back. Buffs feed it up toward the middle, trying to get it over on the right side. They had Sean Ryan breaking free, but he couldn't get to it in time. Here's a nice defense for the Buffaloes' Payne McIver. Buffs attacking, and St. Mary's able to make this theft, get it across midfield. They work it over on the right side. And there's a scramble for the loose ball, and that goes out of bounds. It'll be off of St. Mary's. So West Texas will get a goal kick. Aragon gets set to boot it in, and it does. Dribbling it over on the left side for the Buffs, trying to get it up the field. Sam Scarth will feed it up to Clements. Back over to Brian Martinez. To Scarth. Now he'll boot it up across midfield. St. Mary's there with the steal. Now they'll center it back to reset once again. Set up their attacking formation as they look to overload on the near side. That one is kicked out of bounds. The Buffs will do a throw in to the goalkeeper. Aragon, as St. Mary's attacks, will get it up the field. There's a header back toward the St. Mary's Denny Cresto. That one's going to be knocked out of bounds, so that'll be a corner kick for the Rattlers. So we're going to go get their set up. They'll play top heavy out toward the penalty area. And before the kick, a little scuffling for position between the Buffs' John Saldana trying to get position on Cresto. That one is lobbed in. Nice save by Aragon as he gets it out of the goal on a header that looked like it was in there for sure. A nice job to get that one back out and trying to get it up the field for the Buffs. St. Mary's is attacking, but there's a foul first, or I should say a penalty first for the other way for the Buffs. So the Buffs will attack. Again, St. Mary's more the aggressor here early in this first half of the action, as it's primarily been in the St. Mary's end of the field. Quickly across with it for the Buffaloes as McIver gets it on the near side. There's a penalty. You can hear the fans. So foul called. And here's where the penalty came about. You can see on the replay right there, a little tripped action. So back to live action. The Buffaloes working on the far side of the field. Out in the corner, so it'll be a corner kick for WT. Getting set to kick this one in will be Chris Palomino. Palomino puts his right foot into it. It comes across to the goal, but knocked away by the keeper. Buffs will now reset it over to the left side. Palomino now will lob it up toward the goal, and the goalkeeper goes up high. And Curtis Sheffley was able to go up and sky and pull that one back. St. Mary's finished last year 13-7 overall. Again, WT attacking. Palomino has it, goes on the right side. Check out McIver on the right side, and then it's kicked out of bounds. Try to catch up to it for the Buffs. It's Kenny Brown. Just couldn't get there, so it'll be a throw-in for St. Mary's. Buffs last year 14-4-1. St. Mary's 1.8 goals per game, while the Buffs 2.47 goals per game. St. Mary's a little more than 16 shots per game, while the Buffs just under at 15 shots per game last year. There's a hand, no call. Buffs able to make the steal. Quickly coming the other way for WT. Scarth has it. We'll kick it over on the far side as Castillo reset it. Up toward the middle. Buffs attacking. Brown with a shot! And it is a glorious goal for the Buffaloes, as coming away on a nice lead that time. Kenny Brown, who got ahead of the defenders, and a nice feed for the Buffaloes. As we go to replay and take a look at that here momentarily. And again, just credit, nice defense as they set it back deep, then got it up toward midfield, and were able to get it up and into the waiting kick of Kenny Brown as we watch this replay. Nice feed, and that's not the one, but we'll get to it here momentarily. Buffs go up 1-0 in this one at the 27:40 mark. So now we'll try the replay on that goal. Again, nice feed up, and Brown just ahead, able to put their foot into it and get that toward the back of the net. And the Buffs lead it 1-0. So Buffs with the early lead. So attacking St. Mary's once again. And that's going to be knocked out of bounds. That'll be St. Mary's keeping control of the loose ball. Attacking over on the right side, the Rattlers try to get it up ahead. And do. Buffs with a nice defense. Center it out. Get it up the field. Trying to quickly turn the corner. Sean Ryan, he's going to be tripped up. And that's going to cause a card. And that's going to be a yellow card. That's going to be called. And now a yellow card on the coach as well. So now conversation is going to ensue. But that was pretty obviously a trip. We watch right here. Boom, you can see him from behind. Sticks his leg up. And in that one, trips up Sean Ryan, who was on the attack. So a yellow card for Leonardo Velasco. Of course, also for the head coach of St. Mary's, as he came all the way down the line to protest that one. And the Buffs will get a free kick here on the foul that's been assessed. Here's a shot toward the middle. That's going to be headed out by St. Mary's. That'll be a throw in for Buffs. And you can tell first game of the season is Johnny Clifford is just, at the moment, not sitting much in the chair. So attacking the other way, that's knocked out of bounds, and that'll be the Buffaloes on the far side. Just a little shy of midfield, they'll get set to throw that one in. Good hustle on the part of the Buffs. Actually, they'll call a foul on that one. And now an explanation. As referee Brandon Gardner is explaining to Velasco. So the Buffs have it, and they will reset their offense. Come across to the near side. For WT, Brian Martinez has it. Looks up the field. Sends the right foot in as they gets along the near sideline. Scramble for it, and it's going to be Buffalo ball. So Clements will do the inbounds. Inbounds it quickly. That's going to be headed the other way by St. Mary's. Buffs will reset offensively. There's a shot up toward trying to get on the right side to Brown once again. Buffaloes control it. Over on the far side, that's Chris Palomino. Palomino sends it back. Now there's a shot toward the middle trying to set up an attempt. Buffs reset it. Scarth on the near side. Nice, tried a nice feed to Clements, and that just got a little too much in front of him. So that'll be St. Mary's.
Can you drop down? Yeah, there you go.
St. Mary's was 1-1 in their exhibition games. They beat Concordia 3-1. They lost to UT Rio Grande Valley 1-2. Substitution for the Buffs as Sean Ryan comes out. And in the lineup for WT, Dennis Herrera, another veteran player. Getting some stoppage in time. Quick conversation with Scarth, and it goes over to the far side. The Buffs look like they're going to have a throw-in from Anthony Pereira. Instead, St. Mary's is going to get the throw-in. They lob that out to midfield. They reset the offense once again. Come over on the near side. Cooper Stevens will try to get it up the field. And again, nice play by the Buffaloes. They tried to get it up the field to Andre Ferrer. And Ferrer just kind of out-muscled on that one. Just kicked out of bounds. The Buffs will have it again. Clements gets set to do right at midfield. Goes with a throw, trying to get it up to Herrera. Herrera fighting for position. That one's going to be almost knocked out of bounds and is on the near side. That'll be a Buffs throw-in. Clements again will advance and get set to throw it in. Back to Herrera. Nope, couldn't catch up to it. Or back to Clements, excuse me. He couldn't catch up to it. St. Mary's clears it. There's a header back to the goalkeep. Alfonso will come up with it. And now we'll reset, wait for the Buffs to reset the offense. He's telling him to get back as he's going to put his right foot into it. It's going to go almost to midfield. St. Mary's able to track that one down and get it going to the north end. And that one's going to go out of bounds. So that'll be a WT throw-in over on the right side. Beautiful night here in Canyon, Texas.
And then wireless, can you drop down and ND filter?
As, again, very unusual not to have any wind. And we don't tonight. Again, 84 degrees game time temp as we kick this one off. Home opener for the Buffaloes, coming in ranked number 17 in the country. We'll go through some of those rankings in just a little while as the Buffs clear that up to the goalkeep. Coming up with it is Sheffley. Sheffley is being harassed by Herrera. He'll get it up the field. Now St. Mary's attacking on the right side. They send it back to the middle. Across the pitch, here's a kick. Trying to attack on the right side is Ferrer. He looks to get a shot on goal, but that's going to be defended out of bounds. So a corner kick for St. Mary's. So the Rattlers get set. They'll overload the far right side. So, again, try to load it up. They tried to do a header in on a sprint up, but that was knocked away defensively by the Buffaloes. They're trying to get it to Adam Abu Amidi, and Abu Amidi was able to get that one in. It's going to be knocked out of bounds. And again, a corner kick for St. Mary's. Clifford instructs the instructions he wants on this corner kick once again. Buffs lead at 1-0. They go toward the middle. That's headed out of there defensively by the Buffs. Nicely done. And then the Buffs will knock it out of bounds on the far side of the pitch. Throw in for St. Mary's. They work it on the right side of the field. Now come back toward midfield. Buffs again with some stingy defense. Over on the near side, trying to set up Farrar. He tries a little footwork to get it to the left corner, and he's going to be tripped and out of bounds. And Farrar tried to buy a trip on that one. Wasn't there. And again, Johnny Clifford kind of came out of his chair. So it'll be a goal kick for Alfonso Aragon. And he gets it out across midfield. It's headed back. Herrera will attack as that one is stolen away nicely by the Buffs. Ricardo Castillo gets it up the field. Scramble for the ball on the far side of the field. Back toward the middle. And for the Buffs, Anthony Pereira, some nice moves before he had it taken away. Here's a setup toward midfield, attacking for the Buffaloes. And trying to get it on the right side was John Saldana, but had it stolen away. St. Mary's attacks the other way. Then we got a couple of players falling down on the play. Let's see what the referee's going to call here. So it's going to be a foul, free kick for the Buffs, or excuse me, for the Rattlers. Nice lob up the field. The Buffs clear it out toward midfield. St. Mary's with a fortuitous bounce, able to come away with that one. And the Buffs, they wanted stoppage, but the Buffs decided to run away with it, and they do. As Herrera attacks over on the left side. Buffs will set that one up. Back toward the middle, nothing there for WT offensively. Buffs will steal that one away and take it the other way. Brown comes up with a nice theft. Attacking for WT. Saldana goes in the middle. Round two players, has it knocked away. Buffs will regroup. There's a left-handed boot, but the goalie able to come up with it. Credit Sheffley, right place, right time. And a nice shot on goal for WT. They lead it 1-0 here. 15:22 left to play in this first half. Sheffley will control it from the box and will get it out on the near side as it's kicked up the field. Stolen away by Herrera and knocked out of bounds. Again, that's just some of that veteran defensive prowess. A couple of substitutes getting set to come in for WT. Arturo Barrera, he's a senior out of Duncanville. He'll come in. And he'll come in for Sam Scarth, who will sit down. Also, a couple players came in for St. Mary's. Unfortunately, I didn't get their numbers. This is kicked back toward Aragon. Aragon will work his way up and boot this one across midfield. That's headed back by St. Mary's. The Buffs control of Brown with it. Looks to the left side. Nice lead with the left foot. Trying to drive on the far side. Getting around some players, having some tough time navigating traffic that time. Chris Palomino. It's taken away by St. Mary's. St. Mary's gets it up the field. They're attacking quickly. The Buffs back defensively. And coming up to grab this one will be the goalkeeper. Aragon will have it. He'll kick it across on the near side. Brian Martinez will get it up to Herrera. And then that got knocked out of bounds, so that'll be St. Mary's on the throw-in. There's a theft by the Buffs. Looking for a tripping call. No call either way. That one's going to be kicked away by St. Mary's out of bounds. It'll be Clements on the throw-in.
Now entering the game for your Bucks, number 21, Dylan Watson.
So another substitute for the Buffaloes as Dylan Watson, freshman out of Flower Mound, makes his way in. And he'll give Chris Palomino a bit of a breather. He'll go over on the left side. And that one is controlled by the Buffs. Pereira has it, kicks it back. Goes back to Aragon, who will bring it out up to midfield. St. Mary's with a nice theft, but Buffs take it right back. St. Mary's controls it now back deep, trying to get it across. There's a header for the Buffaloes as they get it up to midfield. Here's a lead pass. Herrera on the run. Herrera centers it, and unfortunately he had Brown there, but just could not get it where he needed it to be, as that one is headed back the other way by the Buffs. Herrera and McIver have it. Herrera kicks it over on the far side of the field. It's going to be out of bounds. Saldano trying to run that one down. Coming up on the 12-minute mark, 1-0 the Buffs lead this one here at the pitch in Canyon. St. Mary's in a non-conference matchup. I think Butch told me there was like 3 of those this year in the schedule-making process. This is the first one. And again, the last time that St. Mary's played here, they won in double overtime, 2-1. McIver gets it up across to Brown. Brown attacks. He and McIver, we got a foul called on McIver. So Herrera playing defense right along the near sideline. And that is going to be a foul called on Herrera. Oh, a yellow card on Herrera instead on the trip. So 2 yellow cards here called so far. Getting set to check in for the Buffaloes.
Number 15, Keaton Hartman.
Coming in for the opportunity, Keaton Hartman comes in, the sophomore out of Hobbs, New Mexico. Also coming in for St. Mary's is Alexander Carey out of Glasgow, Scotland. Here's the free kick. They angle it toward the goal, and that one is going to be out of bounds and belongs to WT. Nobody really able to get over that on the far side of the goal. Foul call, I believe, on St. Mary's. We'll wait and see as they sort this one out. So Aragon gets set to kick, but before that, got some substitutes coming in.
Number 14, Trevor Suggs, and number 16, Rotan Wise.
So coming in for St. Mary's is Sebastian Rivera. He's out of Laredo, Texas, and Laredo Community College. And then for the Buffaloes, Trevor Suggs, midfielders out of Las Cruces comes in, and so too does Rotan Weiss. Weiss out of Liverpool, England. The Buffs have it in attacking Arturo Barrera. That one's going to be knocked out of bounds by St. Mary's. It'll be the Buffs with 4:44 left to play here in this first half. Buffs lead it 1-0. Credit that on a great kick by Kenny Brown. He's had 2 shots on goal today. St. Mary's attacks the other way, broken up by the Buffs. Now broken up by St. Mary's back the other way. Scramble for the loose ball. And that'll be WT on the throw-in.
2 ready, 2 go.
So the Buffs are regroup, reset.
1 ready, 1 go.
St. Mary's controls it and then got a foul called on the other way.
2 ready, 2 go. Stay with that ref.
So free kick for the Rattlers. So we wait for this kick from the Rattlers. Getting set to boot it will be Sebastian Rivera. As they set their offense on the near side. A couple of double picks. Rivera's ready to go. And now he's headed away by the Buffaloes. Here's a quick kick toward goal, and Giancarlo comes up, or I should say Alfonso comes up with it. Ergun takes it down to the turf, and we'll wait for everybody to clear. As he comes up and gets set to ready to set this up the field, and does. That's headed over by the Buffs, Keaton Hartman, over on the left side. Buffs attacking toward the middle. Shot on goal is going to be high, though. That one got away. Good effort, but that just kind of took off on that attempt that time by Dylan Watson. So goal kick for St. Mary's. Buffs headed back the other way. St. Mary's returns the favor. Now the Buffs control it. Nope, it's loose in the midfield and gets up toward Alfonso. Alfonso will bring it out, slowly set it up. Let's see, offense comes up as he puts his foot into it. And Hartman gets that up ahead, attacking for the Buffs. One-on-one, shot on goal is going to miss. Good effort that time for the Buffs. And wanting that one back desperately for WT, Rotam Weiss. Weiss had it set up. It was a nice feed up to him from Hardman, and he just could not take advantage. Had to set up the way he wanted it, just could not let go with the right foot the way he wanted to. St. Mary's controls it on the near sideline. They work it back to the defenders. They'll reset it over, rotate it over to the right side of the pitch. Buffs putting a little extra defensive pressure now on the Rattlers. Good kick out by the Buffs defensively. Attacking the other way. Nice crossover to the near side. Buffs now have a 2-2 advantage. They're leading up ahead. Weiss again as he is tripped up. He's looking for the penalty, and they're waving it off. Well, we'll recheck. They may reset it. So let's see that one on the replay. Nice feed up ahead. Here's the right foot and the trip right there. It was wide of the goal. but the Buffs will get it on a corner kick. So getting set to boot it in for the Buffaloes. Payne McKeever. Keever ready with the right foot, sends it in and headed up toward the goal, but it's going to be out of bounds. So nice effort by the Buffaloes on that attempt. And Sheffley will kick it out to start the offense for St. Mary's. Over to the near side, working it. Ariel Cardoza gets it up and then has it booted out of bounds. That one goes up into the stands. St. Mary's keeps it. We're on the near side. Cardoza has it again. McKeever over on the near side to Clements. Clements back to McKeever. McKeever with the orange shoes and try to get it on the right side. And really a nice play that time by Hartman as he kind of did the splits but recovered and was able to come back with it. Attacking for WT, Brian Martinez. Gets it on the right side. It's free, but unfortunately the Buffs can't catch up with it. And the keeper, Sheffley, comes away with it. He gets it out on the near side. Cardoza will center it up. Gets it over on the near side to Collins Giutu. St. Mary's attacks on the far side of the field. Get it in the middle, but a nice stop by the Buffs as they send that to midfield. Keever has it up on the near side. Hartman now attacks. Hartman goes on the right side, trying to get toward the middle. Goes with the right foot, goes with the right side, tries to center it up, can't, has to kick it back toward the middle. Gets it over toward the middle. Dylan Watson with an attempt. Fans wanted a foul, but no call. Again, good crowd on hand, good student section out here today watching this one. It's going to make the Buffs feel pretty good about the crowd that's out here today. St. Mary's attacks the other way. Over on the right side. Buffs with the steal. That's going to be knocked out, and that'll be West Texas on the throw-in. Clock winding down, 24 seconds. Looking into the sun, it's kind of behind here a little bit. Pereira, as he gets it in. Scramble for the loose ball. Buffs come away with it. Pereira has it. And that's going to be the first half. And the Buffs lead this one 1-0 on a great breakaway by Kenny Brown. Brown has the goal for WT and also had 2 shots on goal today. So nicely done by the Buffs as they lead it here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. We're going to go into our halftime feature, which is coming up here momentarily. Again, the Buffs lead this one 1-0. And again, nice job by WT so far here for the first game of the season, as they kind of go through some setups and some players they're trying to find positions where they want them or not. And so, again, a good first half for the Buffs. So as we go into our halftime interview today, got a chance to visit with Dr. Lance Keith. And again, Ag Day is coming up. That is right around the corner. And he got an opportunity. We're going to talk to him about that in a minute. But first, we'll take this time out. We'll be back after this.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
One West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
Well, welcome back to the pitch on the campus of West Texas A&M University as WT leads the visitors St. Mary's by a 1-0 count after the first 45 minutes of play. As we get into our halftime festivities, one of the things we like to do this season is bring you some nice interviews with different professors and students and everything else on campus. And we're going to start off our halftime interview today with Dr. Lance Keith, and again with the Department of Agriculture, and he again will kind of go through some of the things that have been happening in the department, plus Ag Day is coming up right around the corner. So we got an opportunity to sit down with Dr. Keith and kind of went through this process. Here's Dr. Keith.
How are you?
Come on in.
Yeah, good to see you. Thanks for having me.
You bet. Thank you for joining us today.
You bet. What a pleasure.
And we're joined, of course, by Associate Dean, Department Head and Professor of Agriculture, Dr. Lance Keith. And I think one of the neat things about you, Dr. Keith, is that you obviously involved in the growth of the agricultural department and all that it's done. But really, when you look at your bio and everything else, you talk so much in there about under that, the youth and the youth programs in the community, things like that. Is that one of the things that just, that's where it has to start to begin? And then that kind of helps in the recruiting of students as well?
You bet it does. That's our clientele,
right.
And our future clientele.
Right.
So I've had the opportunity while at WT to move up here to start the Ag Education program.
Right.
And those 4-H and FFA groups out in their communities are kind of our recruiting center for those that are interested in agriculture and are going to pursue paths. So My background has actually led to that. Formerly ag teacher and a county agent, so had experience in those and knew the people, and so yeah, from a recruiting standpoint, that's been a great opportunity to have that.
You've been with the university for 20 years,
yes, sir.
And you've kind of shepherded and been a part of the explosion with the
yes.
agriculture department. Kind of explain how that has all come about and how it's grown.
You bet. That started many years ago with a group of alumni as well as faculty wanting to make WT Ag what it should be. And so the efforts were put in with not just hiring faculty, but looking at new programs such as ag education to bring in, as well as support. And that's really been done from our donors and alumni that have come together to grow WT Ag, to grow WT in the process, and also to highlight agriculture. As you know, in the Texas Panhandle, we are ag.
Yes.
And big ag.
Yes.
And so industries here, our production operations are here in many areas, not just in one. So we should be a large university that's dedicated to agriculture and for solving problems for producers, but also attracting the workforce through students and research, service, those things that we do in our job. So,
final question, Ag Day's coming, of course, and that's one of the big things. Can I tell everybody what is all involved?
Oh, you bet. Ag Day started many years ago with the growth, which we mentioned earlier. The dollars that have been raised from Ag Day, and it's a celebration of ag. It's not just an auction, but it's alumni to come together, celebrate ag, network, connect, see old friends. But they started with an auction, selling items to support the department. And for the last 20 years, they have given the dollars raised at that auction back to the department. And there's two rules that I have as department head, and the ones before me have the same rules. And that is the money is to be spent on recruiting and or promoting WT Ag. And the second is we have to spend every penny or they won't raise it the next year. So every year we start at zero.
Right.
And this last year, this group raised $267,000 in 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
And the proof is in the pudding. We take those dollars, their return on investment in us is growth. And right now, preliminary numbers, but right now we're up 7.5%. We're going over the 1,000 mark in students, and it's huge. And it's because of those resources and that support from our community. And you know, I'll be remiss in not mentioning the Pills and the Schaefers and the Baines and the Trotters and those folks who've been hooked on for 20 years,
right.
And the Englers. But it's also just the recent grad that, you know, he may not be able to give a lot of money or she may not be able to, but to show up and help and support and promote and, you know, maybe $5. But we want to turn that back to growing our university, bringing the best in that we can, and it's even out-of-state students that we're bringing in by the hundreds right now. And because we are the place to go in agriculture, we're very proud of that, and we have a responsibility to produce a return on that investment. And those students, the thing that people need to understand, they come here to educate, and most time they don't leave.
Right.
They go into our industry, so and they're good folk for our communities. They have good values, hard workers. And we're very proud of that fact. So we're very blessed by our supporters, our industry, the university as a whole. So yeah, Ag Day is September the 10th,
yep.
Which is coming up pretty quick.
Yep.
Yeah. It's actually right over there across the street, guys. You're welcome to come. It starts starts at 11, goes to about 3.
Yeah.
And if you haven't been to the ag facility, we invite you to come take a look at it. It is phenomenal. But I can't say enough about our faculty and the support. It comes down to the people.
Right.
Even though we have great facilities, it's still having good people, good work, people like yourself in our community that give back. And Panhandle is unbelievable. It's the most giving place I've ever been in my life. And
it really is.
And we don't take that for granted. So we appreciate that. Thanks to everyone who supported us.
Dr. Lance Keith, we appreciate it. Continued success.
You bet. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah, thank you.
All righty.
Delicious, refreshing, Pepsi. Welcome to MetaDrive Pharmacy, Canyon's hometown pharmacy for over 32 years. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to counsel you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly, professional service and the highest quality medicines and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your healthcare needs.
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
Jenkins Doors and Windows began serving the Texas Panhandle in 1927, and we take pride in being a part of your neighborhood. We don't use false promises or gimmicks. We simply offer quality doors and windows at a fair price, and we stand behind every sale. Jenkins is family owned and operated, and proudly continues the traditions of quality and excellence that started over 80 years ago. Call us at 372-4336 or stop by our showroom at 820 West 6th and let our knowledgeable staff help you pick out the perfect doors and windows for your home.
We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are one part passion, one part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
Well, welcome back to the pitch on the campus of West Texas A&M University as the Buffs and St. Mary's make their way back out of the locker rooms following our halftime festivities. Again, real big appreciation to Dr. Lance Keith for coming on today and especially talking about Ag Day coming up. Don't forget, if you can be a part of that, do indeed become a part of that for the West Texas A&M campus. Buffs lead this one at the half by a count of 1-0 as we take a look at our halftime statistics. As you can see the score, shots on goal, 7 for West Texas, 5 for St. Mary's. And the interesting thing about that is the Buffs really were playing a lot of defense in the early part of the first half as they were kind of down on their end of the goal as they were trying to keep it away from there. That's when a lot of St. Mary's shots came about. And so shots on goal, 2 for St. Mary's, 3 for the Buffs, 2 saves for St. Mary's, 2 for the Buffs, 5 fouls for the home team, 4 for the visitors. And then as far as other statistics, we're looking at Comers coming at 4 and 3, respectively. So you can kind of see what the stats look like for the first half. And again, this 1-0 score kind of shows how this one has been. Again, these two teams, as far as the Lone Star Conference is concerned, coming into this one, the Buffs were picked to finish second in the conference this year, as St. Mary's is third. Midwestern State, of course, they're the favorite for the Lone Star Conference in the preseason poll. Midwestern State, 245 total points, 15 first-place votes. WT was next, 230 points, 7 first place. St. Mary's was third, 193 votes points, 3 votes for first place. Lubbock Christian's fourth. Then it's UT Tyler, A&M International, UT Permian Basin, Oklahoma Christian, Dallas Baptist, and Eastern New Mexico. Coach Lawfer talking about how thrilled they are that Eastern New Mexico has made their way back to playing volleyball in the playing soccer in the conference. Probably he's thrilled they're playing volleyball too, but likes the fact they're back on the pitch playing this season. And so kind of how the matchups go for WT as well as this season kind of gets underway. Of course, St. Mary's today at home. Then it's on the road for a Saturday matchup at Western Washington. So a long road trip for the Buffs as they go up to the Northwest. They'll take on Western Washington on the first, and then they'll take on Seattle Pacific in the third. Then Chaminade on the 8th. Then Northwestern Nazarene on the 10th before they make it back here to take on the perennial favorite for the Lone Star Conference, which is Midwestern State, ranked number 22 in the country. That'll be their next home match on the 14th, and that one, by the way, will also be an interesting matchup all the way around. That'll be a non-conference one as well. Then it's Lubbock Christian on the 17th and Oklahoma Christian on the 24th. That rounds out the month of September for the Buffaloes as they get set to kind of get this campaign really off and running. Again, great match with St. Mary's. This is a good test for Coach Lawfer and the Buffaloes as they kind of get a good look at, one of the preeminent favorites in the LFC this year. As we turn things around, of course, the Buffs will be going from right to left. And for the Buffs, still much the same as we get this one underway. As Alfonso Aragon will be in goal, and Andre Sheffley will be in there for St. Mary's. The Buffs control it as we wind the clock and start this one off. Clearing it out for the Buffaloes, Ricardo Castillo goes over to the right side. Gets it out to Brian Martinez, who clears it up the field. That's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be St. Mary's. Oh, check it. It will be the Buffaloes on a throw-in. That'll occur. Nobody's really after it. That's why I thought St. Mary's was going to be able to take care of that one, but it's going to be an advantage for the Buffaloes. So deep in the field for St. Mary's. This one's lobbed toward the middle. There's a header toward the goal and a chance. It's going to be kicked back. Again, another header. The Buffs trying to take an opportunity here, but can't. That's going to be chested, and then they're going to bring it back on the near side for the Buffaloes. With it, Scarth doubled up, has to go over to the right side. Now we'll take it toward the middle. Looks to and finds McKeever, who gets it over on the right side. St. Mary's recovers, and then we got a penalty called on a trip. That'll be against WT. Dust beginning to set here in Canyon. A lot of the shadows out on the field. We watch the replay here. And again, that's where the trip's going to be. And, yeah, you could kind of see that one on the replay, probably better than we could in live action. St. Mary's will kick it out toward midfield. The Buffs will get it and take it the other way. Now St. Mary's with the steal coming back. Over on the right side. St. Mary's working it. And there's going to be a push. And that's going to be a penalty. Foul called on the Buffaloes' Ricardo Castillo. And they're going to give it as a goal kick for the Buffs. Actually thought it was going to be a foul, and instead they did not call that foul on Ricardo. Out of Houston, Texas, sophomore. Nice physical player. Playing good defense on that. Aragon on the kick from the goal. Sends it toward the midfield line and across. The Buffs headed up the field. And that one is going to be kicked to the near sideline as the coach comes up, makes a nice play for St. Mary's. Yeah, credit Johnny Clifford with a good feet. And you can hear the fans down below as they're enjoying that one. Again, great crowd on hand for this one today. Thrilled to be bringing it your way on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. I'm Bryce Sheets, and, of course, just great action here at the pitch in Canyon. The Buffs have it. Get it over on the near side to Castillo. Back to Aragon at goal. Castillo back to Aragon. Again, Buffs lead it 1-0. That on a Kenny Brown goal that came in early. Butch will offer up now, yelling out some instructions to his goalkeeper. Quickly up the field with it. Pereira on the chase. Sends it toward the goalie, but nice hands as he's able to pull that one in. So Sheffley gets credit for the stop on the shot. Look at this one down in the corner. Again, Pereira with a left foot. Nice angle on it. Just nice play by Sheffley. Aragon has it back again as the Buffs will reset their defense. Sets it out on the right side to Brian Martinez. Center back will get it back to the goalie. Now sending it up. Advantage for St. Mary's, but WT trying to make the theft there. And then Johnny Saldana got pushed from behind, but they are going to call the foul on him instead. So it's going to be St. Mary's retaining possession. They come to the near side. Getting it up ahead. Trying to lead on the right side. Ferrer takes a shot over the goalpost. That one was high and arcing behind the net. It'll be a corner kick for St. Mary's. Buffs set up their defense as they get set for this one. And Cresto will send it with the right foot, overshoots his intended target, and the Buffs have it, and they will take it back the other way. Brown trying to get loose, but cannot. Shot on goal, and man, that is way out there. And what a shot for St. Mary's. I'll have to take a look at that one again. So again, that one was way out toward midfield and coming up, kind of centering her right there, and then just cross over with the right step and got that by Aragon. I don't know if he just kind of lost it or what the play was there, but nevertheless, a goal for St. Mary's. That ties it up at 1. Now in the tradition of soccer, here we're going to have a momentary timeout taken. Try to stretch out. It's not uncommon in this particular case. This is Juan Valdez who's staying out there. He was trying to stretch out his ankle a little bit. And Valdez says now he's okay because he's running full speed. That one's going to be sent over on the right side by Pereira over to Castillo. Now the Buffs will reset it with Martinez sending it up at midfield. Attacking is Payne McKeever. McKeever as the Buffs maintain possession, back to Aragon in goal. There's a little collision there. That one's knocked out of bounds. That was Chris Palomino involved in the action there. They say it's off of Chris, so it will be St. Mary's who gets it inbounds. They attack, the Buffs able to steal it away. That one's going to be knocked out of bounds as well. Buffs will do the throw in. BT controls it. Now up to midfield. Buffs trying to make a steal, but St. Mary's controls it. Now they send it back to their defenders. They'll reset it as they go back to Sheffley, their goalkeeper. Sheffley sends a strong right foot up on the near side. Here's a crossover, and then we got some contact, and they're going to throw a yellow card. That's going to be on Scarth, I think. Yeah, that's who it's going to be on. So Sam Scarth, the midfielder, will get a yellow card. That'll be his first. as we look on the replay coming up, and we really didn't see that. It was further back where Scarth made the contact, and here you can see, and really Anthony Pereira saying, what about the contact? Well, we got tripped up first. So that was the question. Coming up and slowly working his way off once again is the same player who was down just a moment ago, Juan Valdez. By the way, Bradley Green scored that goal for St. Mary's. I think I identified him. So a substitute comes in for Valdez. And the penalty kick is taken by, or the free kick, I should say, is taken. And there's going to be foul on St. Mary's. That'll send it back to WT. So it'll be a goal kick for the Buffaloes. Alfonso Aragon gets set to put it in play. Buffs send it over the right side with it. Trying to get across is Clements. Clements gets it in the middle. There's a shot on goal, but that's going to be wide on the right side. Brown trying to take the shot, but just really couldn't get his foot into it all the way that he wanted to. Of course, a couple of these guys back for the Buffs. They were out injured last year. St. Mary's attacks the other way. That's knocked out of bounds. And they'll get a throw in from Ferrer. Ferrer looking. And instead he'll pass it off. Now Luke Mulkey, freshman out of Parker, Texas, gets set to throw it in and does. A lot of contact there with Castillo. A lot of body action going on. A nice job knocking it out of bounds by Brian Martinez. Buffs come up able to knock that one away. So it becomes a corner kick for St. Mary's in a 1-1 match. Coming up to the 36-minute mark left in this one. It'll be Cresto who will do the corner kick. Denny Cresto with the right foot sends it toward the goal. It's going to be over, and that's going to be headed away. A lot of contact, and that's going to be the Buffs' ball, as that one was too much contact there in the penalty area. So Aragon will get set to put his foot into it. Buffs will scatter out and set up their offensive set. Aragon sends everybody up, and then just a soft kick over to Martinez on the right side. Buffs will now work the right side of the field. Contact there. Kiever will run it down, but St. Mary's on the attack. Cresto in the middle. They're trying to get it to him, but it's knocked away by the Buffs. And St. Mary's will get turnover there. They come away with it, and they have it out at midfield. Attacking again is Luke Mulkey. Gets it toward midfield. Buffs trying to play defense and come up and take that one away. It's Clements trying to use his height on that one. Tanner coming in, 6 feet. A bit of a size advantage for the Buffs. So it will be St. Mary's and the Buffs again with the theft. Nice header defensively, and they send it up the field. That will get up to midfield. Buffs on a steal, take it with it now. Saldana attacks from the right side, gets it over on the near side with it. Trying to attack with it for the Buffs. Done a nice job of maneuvering that time to get away from Chris Palomino. St. Mary's able to make the theft, and so they'll get it. So St. Mary's will work it up as they set their offense again in this 1-1 match. St. Mary's sends it up, trying to lead up the field, trying to get it to Ferrer. Ferrer will have the ball taken away, and then there's contact back the other way by Cooper Stevens. Buffs able to make the steal. Nicely done. The home crowd likes it. Martinez down for the Buffs, but he slowly works his way back up. Let's see. Well, they got two players down. Okay, Martinez is across the way, but the one they're attending to on the near side is Scarth. Sam Scarth, who he's down being attended to. Scarth, of course, midfielder out of Liverpool, England, and Northeastern State, being attended to. Martinez is up. He's okay. Getting Scarth a splash of water. And, again, we talked about it earlier, crediting Ronald Ting and Zachary Nolan. They attend these guys, and let's see if we got a sub coming in. So they're walking him to the near sideline. Coming in for the Buffaloes be Trevor Carpani, the junior out of Mansfield, Texas. Will come in and play defense. St. Mary's will have the throw in, and it's hit toward the goal. The Buffs kick it out to the goal keep, and Aragon will send it out. St. Mary's again kind of keeping the action on their end of the field. Darkness beginning to kind of engulf around the area. There's a header for St. Mary's. Now the Buffs clear it and get it out, and that'll be St. Mary's on a throw-in. St. Mary's attacks on the near side. They get it up across midfield. Ferreira has it taken away by the Buffs. Attacking the other way, Chris Palomino takes it in the middle, kicks it over nice to Brown. Brown with the left foot sends it toward the middle, and that one got knocked away. He's trying to set up a pass toward the middle to Saldana. John just couldn't get there in time. It was knocked out of bounds, and it'll be the Buffs who will have it on a throw-in. Getting set to throw this one in will be Carpani. Trevor waits. Got a sub coming in for the Buffs. They kind of reset a little bit. Back in for WT. Rotem Weiss. And Weiss to Saldana over toward the middle. Trying to work through traffic. A lot of congestion there. And St. Mary's able to come out with the ball. And a lot of contact. Still Buffs trying to make the steal here. They get it back on the right side. Now toward midfield. And that's going to be out of bounds. And that's going to be WT on the throw-in. Player down for St. Mary's is Andrik Ferrer. And the Buffs are ready to go, but Ferrer is still on the sideline, so they got to wait till he makes his way back into the field of play. He slowly kind of limps his way back on. Now the referee says, let's go to play. Buffs get it in. Buffs will throw it in. Trying to advance it up Trying to work the sideline, goes out again off St. Mary's. Here's another throw in for WT. Weiss has it, tries to center it. That's going to be out of bounds. So again, throw in. With it again, Carpani throws it in, up the field to Weiss. They get it back to their goal keep. Almost a steal by the Buffs. Oh, that looked good for a moment. St. Mary's trying to get it out of the pit or out of the penalty area. They do finally. And they get it up to Stevens, who gets it up quickly to Farrar. Farrar on the right side. Being guarded there as it goes out of bounds. No, still stays and now goes out of bounds. And it's going to be WT on the throw in. And then sitting down on the field of play is Andrik Farrar. And again, for him out of San Antonio, telling the official he needs a moment. And again, the first game of the year, first match of the year, you kind of anticipate some guys cramping up a little bit. They've been practicing, they've been going at it in the heat and everything else, but at the same time, it's totally different in a game situation. And so for St. Mary's, Farrar cramping up, so they're going to take him out as WT, or excuse me, the St. Mary's trainer works her way down there to see if she can assist. He's out of play, so they can go ahead and advance the ball. And that is going to be kicked out of bounds, and now that will be St. Mary's with the throw in. Rivera throws it in. Gets it back to Mulkey. As the Rattlers will reset the table in a 1-1 match. 28 minutes left to play. Weiss forcing the action, so St. Mary's kicks it upfield. Get it toward the middle. Now over on the far side, that is going to be in the goal area. It's being kicked around. Aragon fell down, but St. Mary's can't take advantage of it. They kick it now toward the goal. It's headed out. WT able to get it out. Still a lot of congestion. That's going to be kicked out of bounds over the top of the goal. An opportunity there for St. Mary's that the Buffs were lucky to escape on that one. Aragon fell down when he was trying to get a hold of a loose ball and just unable to make any kind of movement. So the Buffs have it. Carpani will get it up the field, get it to Saldana. Saldana, nice move, gets over toward the middle, sends it up ahead, but just too much that St. Mary's was able to come in and make the steal. Back the other way across midfield. And St. Mary's attacking. The Buffs come up with the steal. Trying to deal on 1-on-3 there, and the Buffs just able to defend that one well. Buffs will send it up the field. Out on the left side. Goalie will come over. Sheffley will come over and pull that one in. Weiss attacking the goalie. Now he picks it up, forces him to work it up. St. Mary's coaching staff calls the set they want. This is kicked up the field, but right to WT. They clear it out too far, though, across the field. So in it comes for St. Mary's. They attack. Again, kind of much the same as the first half. Second half here, the early going, a lot of it has been in the St. Mary's section of the field. So they're trying to string some offense here. Over on the right side, here's a shot on goal, but that one is going to be way over, trying to set up a header, but too much. And that one's going to be out of bounds and belongs to WT. Trying to get it up to Jolie Blaylock. Jaleel was over there on the far side. So coming in for St. Mary's, back in the lineup is Alexander Carey. So Carey makes his way on as he comes in for Cooper Stevens, who will sit down. This is sent it up for the Buffs. Weiss over to Saldana. Saldana on the right side. Kicks it up. Back to Saldana. Saldana circles around, goes to the right side, crossover kick in the middle. Oh, nice play. He lobs it up toward the goal, but credit the goalkeep coming up as that was nicely done, defended by Sheffley, but not before a nice move by Saldana. Watch this move here. A little crossover with the feet, and he gets the defender to fall down, sends it up center, trying to get a header in there for Brown. Just couldn't. The Buffs recover now here, and they take it back the other way. And now the Buffs have it back again after St. Mary's was able to knock it across midfield. Coming up on the 24-minute mark, the Buffs will attack on the far side, on the right side of the field. Coach Lawver telling them to bring it up here to the midfield side on the near side of the field. They get it set up. Now driving. McKeever shot on goal, just misses. Man, he had an opportunity. Nice job as Payne McKeever just kind of had it set up. He just kind of led too far to the outside that time. But a nice attempt by Payne. McKeever out of Round Rock. Senior looked good on that play. Buffs able to make a steal, working it toward the penalty area. Here's a shot, long shot, but right at the goalie. Sheffley comes away with it. And their coach is saying, hold on to it. Let's get our defense set. Get our offense set. Let's calm down for a minute. Let everybody get reset. Now let's go. That was headed by the Buffs. And trying to keep it in bounds, but unable to do so, was Chris Palomino. Palomino with a nice job trying to run down that one after the Buffs knocked it away. So St. Mary's will do the inbounds here. Luke Mulkey will look and get it in to Juan Valdez. A lot of subs that are in for St. Mary's. The same, you could kind of say a little bit for WT, but again, they're more veteran club. St. Mary's much younger this year. So attacking on the right side for St. Mary's is Sebastian Rivera. Sebastian with the left foot kicks it over top of the midfield, but then the Buffs come away with a steal. There's a lead pass up the field, trying to get it ahead for the Buffs. Goalkeeper comes out and kicks that one away. .21 minutes left to play in regulation in a 1-1 matchup here. Shot on goal, it's stopped by the Buffs. Aragon comes up and makes the stop. Now he's going to wait for the offense to be set. Kicks it, sends it over to the near side. And with it for WT is Carpani. Kicks it up. Keeper runs it down. Sends it back for the Buffs. There's a steal by St. Mary's. Nice steal, by the way, by Blaylock. And he has it taken away by Castillo. Castillo gets it up the field to Saldana. Nice lead pass up ahead. Out on the right side, Brown has it. Comes over toward the middle. Kicks it back in the middle, but doesn't take the shot. Buffs still have it. Saldana with a long kick, but he just missed. Boy, that was just to the outside of the left corner pole. Saldana tried to get that one through the power end of his kick. Coming up on the 20-minute mark in a 1-1 match. Put in play by Sheffley. Buffs trying to make the theft here. Endu come away with it. Keever has it. Lobs it up on the near side of Palomino. Palomino. Trying to dribble it up, but has it taken away. Buffs able to come up and take it back from St. Mary's. Scramble for the loose ball. Running it down for WT. Calipari gets it back to the goalkeeper, Aragon. Saldana tries to get it ahead, but that's stolen away by the defender for St. Mary's. Trying to dribble it up on the left side. They get it up. Now St. Mary's on a 4-on-4 attack. Buff's able to break it up. Martinez will get it up ahead. Finds Brown. Brown will get it to McKeever. McKeever crosses it over to Saldana on the near side to Palomino. Palomino will center it back to McKeever. McKeever taking his time, trying to reset the offense a little bit. Trying to get it set up to Weiss. Or on the right side, Saldana, nice head and shoulders fake, gets it over on the right side. There's a shot toward the goal, headed away by St. Mary's. But there's a shot on the goal. Oh, hits the crossbar on top and bounces back. Man, a great effort by Palomino. Just a little too high on that one. You can see the replay there. Man, just too high. Hits that top, and maybe it didn't even hit the crossbar. Credit, maybe Sheffley was able to knock that one away. Either way, it was high in the back of the net. Got a foul called, looks like. And several substitutes getting set, looks like, to come in for St. Mary's. Ferrer's going to come back in. So, too, is Cooper Stevens. Looks like also getting set to come back in, Collins Gatow. And I think coming in as well for St. Mary's, Juan Valdez. Valdez just came out a moment ago, so he's just now getting ready to go back in. The next stoppage of play. Buff center it out. Now trying to get away from the pack again is Blaylock. He attacks on the left side. Buffs have defenders there. See if they can keep it out. Aragon with a nice steal. Aragon throws it up ahead. With it, Saldana has it. He looks and a lead pass, just too much of a lead, trying to get it to Palomino. Weiss makes his way back to play defense a little bit. Tried to break that one up. Now St. Mary's will reset at midfield. Mulkey will center it over to the left side. Attacking again St. Mary's on the left side, but Buff defenders are there to take it away. There's a hold right there. That's going to be a foul. So it will be free kick for the Buffs. You can see here as a nice theft, and then, of course, grab the jersey to hold up on the play. So Clements with the theft, and then he got his jersey yanked. So Aragon set to put it in play, boots it up, gets it up, head of the defense. Buffs have it, and St. Mary's with the steal. Keever. So they work it back. On the left side, Buffs center it up. Here's the attack. Here's a shot on goal, and it's knocked away by Sheffley. Knocked out of bounds, so it'll be a corner kick for the Buffs. So nice attempt for the Buffaloes that time. The 14:39 mark. Buffs will center it in. Here's lob toward the middle. It's headed up. Shot is broken up. They tried to set it up that time. And that was knocked out of bounds, so it'll be another corner kick for the Buffs. So Buffs get set from the left corner. Send it toward the middle. That's knocked away by Sheffley, but it's recovered by the Buffs. Back outside. They'll reset the offense. Shot on goal is blocked away. Again, staying in the middle. Another shot on goal is blocked away by St. Mary's. Buffs still have it. They center it up. Head it up. Nope, it's going to be knocked away by the Rattlers. And coming away with it for WT. They kick it over to the far side in midfield, and now we'll reset once again. Get it back toward the middle. Buffs head it back toward their goal. St. Mary's looks to recover. Buffs make the steal. Now they send it up ahead. So Brown got a goal before on a lead pass like that. Now it's set up on the near side for WT. Saldana has it. Kicks it out. Trying to set it up on the right side, and that's knocked out of bounds.
Now entering the pitch for St. Mary's, number 11.
So here comes a bunch of subs for St. Mary's. We kind of announced who they were a moment ago.
Number 17, Cooper Steffens. Number 25, Collins Gattal.
So Gattal, who just checked in, will go over and throw this one in. Or check it. Sorry, goal kick. Gattal will go over the far side. Sheffley will do the goal kick here. As he sends this across the midfield line. Buff's able to take it back. Saldana has, he's tripped up. Yeah, that's going to be a penalty. So the Buffs put it in play. Castillo, they send it back to the goal keep. They'll reset the offense for WT. Now St. Mary's is attacking. So here's a pitch up ahead. And up ahead of the pack, trying to get it for the Buffaloes. Shot on goal, and Sheffley runs that down as Chris Palomino kind of got ahead. He put his hand up to show Aragon he was up ahead if he could launch it up there, and did just that. Palomino took it back to the middle, put a shot on goal, just couldn't get it to go. Sheffley gets set to send this one up the field and does. Buffs run it down. St. Mary's controlling it. And it really looked like that time Trevor Kapari was playing good defense. They whistled him for the trip, so goes back to St. Mary's. They'll go back to Sheffley. He'll reset it for the Rattlers. First game of the 2022 season for both of these teams. Again, they both have had preliminary matchups. The Buffs attacking now. Saldana has it in the middle. Kicks it over the right side. Here's a shot on goal, too high. Trying to get it over to Brown. He tried it with the left foot and he is upset with himself because that was a beautiful setup by Saldana. Watch on the replay here. Just a nice crossover here. And then Brown just too much oomph on the kick as that one goes high over the goal. So it becomes a goal kick for Sheffley. He puts his foot into it. Just under 10 minutes left to play in regulation. 1-1's this match. We're tied up. Brown scored the goal for the Buffaloes early in the first. And then St. Mary's able to answer back as they got a goal from Bradley Green. Tied at 1. Butch Lawfer said this was a deep team, so he'd be using quite a few players. And so far has today. St. Mary's with a steal. Buffs steal it back the other way. Aragon comes up with it. He will roll it up on the right side. Scramble for the loose ball. St. Mary's comes away with it, sets it up on the far side of the field. Trying to advance, dribbling it up there. And that's going to be Collins Gitau. Buffs steal it away. Saldana again has his jersey being yanked and nothing from the official. Fans are crazy on that one. Saldana broke away. There's going to be a yellow card called on that one. You about have to. So wait for the player to stand up. Wasn't really any question. It was Green actually who got the foul. Wasn't any question about it. He grabbed Saldana's jersey to hold him up. No, instead they call it on Valdez Lopez. Juan Jose was also called for an unsporting call on that as well. St. Mary's comes up the other way. Across midfield. WT is going to come up and make the theft here. And that's going to be WT. And there's Ferrari. He is beside himself. I don't see quite what the conversation is there. He kicked it out and actually should have been called for a penalty on that. Aragon will kick it over on the right side. They'll bring it back to the near side for the Buffaloes, and Ricardo Castillo with the right foot kicks it up. Kapari will have it on the inbounds, throws it up, whoop, whoop, whoop. And I think, yeah, he had both feet up, and now time is going to be called for a substitute. Well, not sure now what they're calling. Now Kopari will get to throw it in. Weiss has it taken away, and it's coming back toward us and almost off the press box here. So it will be a throw in for WT. And now another yellow card. This time it's called, I think, on the assistant coach. Clock is stopped at 7:04. Perry will get set to throw it in for WT. Allows it up to Weiss. Try to get it on the near side to McKeever. taken away by St. Mary's. Buffs will inbound it. That's up ahead of the pack toward the goal, and that is going to be stoppage of play. They're giving the Buffs a free kick here. Kapari will kick it in. Now he'll lob it up toward the right side. It's going to be headed out. Buffs stop it. Saldana attacks. Brown has a kick back toward the middle of the field. Kapari on the near side. Nice behind the back kick by Weiss, trying to set up McKeever. Scramble for it, and that's going to be knocked out of bounds. So they're going to say goal kick. That's off of McKeever. 5:53 left to play in a 1-1 ball game. Again, great crowd on hand. Pleasant night tonight here at the pitch. Completely under the lights, of course, now. As the darkness has ascended here in Canyon. We started tonight. We were at 84 degrees. And so far we've maintained that temperature still at 84. No wind. That's unusual for the Texas Panhandle here. On the campus of West Texas A&M, St. Mary's attacks, has the ball tipped away by the Buffaloes. St. Mary still has it. They shoot it toward the middle. Now it's kicked over on the right side, and that's going to go out of bounds. And so that'll be a throw in for WT. It's thrown in. Weiss is taken down on a tackle, so it'll be Buffaloes once again. They will set it up. In play it comes, as that's kicked over to the right side by Arturo Barrera. Clements will reset it. Now here's a lob up ahead. Goalie able to come in with it, though, and make that snatch on a nice attempt. They're trying to really lob it up on the near side and try for a header in, just a little too high on that setup. Here's the kick in. Neither player able to get that one on a header, so a scramble for the loose ball. Stevens comes away with it over on the left side for St. Mary's. The Rattlers trying to set up the offense to attack right here, spreading it out on the near side. They bring up a defender to help try to set it up over to Ferrara on the right side, but that may go out of play. Now he's able to save it in, but the Buffs come away with it. Kick it up on the near side, taken away by St. Mary's. Crossover. Again, taking it away from Cooper Stevens. Try to get it to midfield. St. Mary's will reset the offense. They go over on the far side now. Run a set here on the left side, but that's broken up by the Buffs. 2:55 left to play in regulation, tied at 1. Come over on the near side. With it is Mulkey. Mulkey will work it back to the far side of the field. St. Mary's kicks it out of bounds, and so the Buffs will have a throw in there. As the Buffs attack, trying to get ahead of the defense. Lob it up toward the middle, trying to get it across to Palomino, but it wasn't far enough. Now, Aragon will come up and grab the loose ball, get it to Martinez. Over on the right side. Weiss over here right at midfield. Now takes it with the left foot. Dribbles it up, crossover into the middle, resets it. There's a kick left-footed, but over the defense, pretty far out on that one. So St. Mary's will attack the other way. 1:36 left to play in regulation. Buffs trying to attack here. Again, they lost in double overtime to St. Mary's last time the Rattlers were here. And according to head coach Lawfer, that was kind of a stinging loss because they controlled that match. Ferreira gets it set up, or McKeever, gets it set up. Come over on the near side. Kapari will kick it back. Castillo over to Martinez. Back to the goalie. Under 1 minute left. Kicked up the field. Buffs control it. Out on the right side. Toward the middle. Brown has it. Brown, who has the Buffs' lone goal. Here's a shot that's blocked by St. Mary's. Buffs take it away. Coming back the other way. Still a scramble for it. And Aragon has it back the other way. 17 seconds. He puts it in play. Again, a scramble for the loose ball. 11 seconds. It's kicked up the field. Aragon's going to run over and try to run it down. 5 seconds. And Aragon kicks it up the field, and that's going to be the half. We're tied at 1. So they're going to play an overtime period. And actually, coaches are shaking hands. I think they're probably not going to play an overgame. I think they're going to go with a tie here at 1-1 as Butch is down shaking everybody's hand. And so, too, is the Rattlers head coach, Johnny Clifford. Again, because this is a non-conference match, or, again, this is just a regular game, I guess, in the course of the season. That's why they're going to call it ones and leave it at that. And so that's how this one will end. We're tied at 1, and we'll call it a tie here for the first game of the season. What we want to do is take a timeout. We're going to do so and then come back and recap with some statistics and kind of reset this one for you. But first, we'll take this break as we continue on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Well, welcome back on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network to our first match of the season here at the pitch in Canyon. And we get to kiss the sister. We got a 1-1 tie here in this one today. And, again, good effort by both teams in this one, trying to feel each other out a little bit and really trying to get some players in game shape, so to speak. You can see there as St. Mary's head coach Johnny Clifford kind of going through what he liked, what he didn't like, and everything else. I'm sure the yellow cards is one thing they're going to talk about on that as well. Let's take a look at our final stats for tonight on this 1-1 match as we – look at, again, there's your score, 1-1. Shots, Buffs lead that one 20-10, and then shots on goal, they doubled up on that one as well, 8-4. But 7 saves for St. Mary's compared to 3 for the Buffs. Fouls favor St. Mary's 10-8, and then, of course, corner kicks. St. Mary's has the advantage 6-5 on that one today as well. But for the Buffaloes, they got their goal early in the first when Kenny Brown able to kick one in to take the lead 1-0. And then for St. Mary's, it was Bradley Green who tied this one up. And that's how we end up. You can see the WT players out there trying to recoup, relax a little bit after that match. For St. Mary's, for them, their next match will be on the 7th. They'll travel up to Colorado State Pueblo for a match there, and then they'll stay in Colorado against UC Colorado Springs before their match on the 14th at UT Tyler. For the Buffs, as mentioned before, they're going to the Great Northwest. They're taking on Western Washington on the 1st, and then we'll be at Seattle Pacific on the 3rd, Chaminade on the 8th before they venture to Northwest Nazarene on the 10th. And then that tough match with Midwestern State on the 14th. That will be the next home match. And we'll have that for you, of course, right here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. Fun to bring this one to you tonight. Again, tied at 1 apiece. And so, again, good way to start out the season. I think we'll get a chance later on in a day or so to visit with head coach Butch Lawfer, and he'll tell us what he liked, and he'll obviously tell us what he didn't like on this one as well. As always, a big thanks to the Thunder Vision crew for bringing this one today. Daniel Kalunga for directing and producing and pushing the buttons and making sure everything looked pretty in this one tonight. Thanks to our camera operators, Cheyenne Jonas, Javier Rivera Cordero, and John Erickson. Great shots that you got to watch in this one today as well. And as always, big thanks to Chris Jacques, who, again, kind of directs all of this and makes this magic happen. Happy to be coming your way tonight and bringing you this 1-1 tie from WT. That'll do it for our broadcast this evening. We'll be coming your way down the road, but keep in mind, again, all the sports action you love is right here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.